reason why it's been involved in an accident. That's the reason they brought it in.
Okay. They changed it after, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's bouncy. Good morning, good people of YouTube. Welcome back to another one. If you watched my previous episode, you'll know that I've crashed the bike. Brand new bike, only had like 200 miles on it, crashed it. Not that smart, but hey, there you go. As if it weren't enough that my bike got crashed, I got myself knocked out, I got into the ambulance, the police showed up and they were like, how fast were you going? I was like 20 miles an hour. They ran my license plate. Obviously the bike was new. I got it like 3 days beforehand, I believe. Now the police come in as soon as I wake up and they're like, well, we ran your details and it turns out you're not insured. And I'm like, I'm sure I banged my head, but I'm 100% I just told you the same thing beforehand, and I told you who I'm insured with, and I told you it's a new bike and that's why it's not showing up. So they're like, well, sorry, we ran it, didn't show insured, so we had to take it away. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's better if it's left on the tunnel. So I guess it's best if it's left in the police impound rather than on the side of the road. But the fact that you took it away because it's not insured is not correct. The bike is insured. So I asked them, will I need to pay something for it? And they're like, yes. So it's, I believe, £10 a day or something like that for every day that it's in there. Plus I need to pay for the recovery. That cost me about £150. So bear in mind this happened on Wednesday. I had to get surgery on my arm. I couldn't go on the same day and pick the bike up. So I phoned up the insurance and I asked them, are you sure I am insured? And they're like, yeah, 100% you are insured. The police shouldn't have taken the bike away. So if you go into the impound and tell them you've been insured all this time, you show them the paperwork, basically they're just gonna release the bike. You're not gonna have to pay anything for it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I decided to go down there the day after my surgery. I was barely walking. I fractured my toe as well. I'm not sure if I spoke about it in my previous video, but my toe was bleeding, not nice. So I go down there. It's basically on the other side of London, or from where I live. It took me like 2 hours to get there. Anyway, I get there with all the paperwork, the insurance, blah, 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 blah. And I talked to the guy after I queued up for 2 hours, to talk to someone. So after I get to the front of the queue, I talk to this guy working for the police, and I tell him, look, you took the bike away, it was wrongfully taken because it was insured, and I don't want to pay. I basically don't want to pay to pick the bike up. And he's like, no, we didn't take it away because it wasn't insured. And I'm like, well, the police officer gave me a document that I also had to sign that they've made me aware that the bike was taken away because it was missing insurance. And the guy's like, well, no man, we took the bike away because it was involved in a road traffic accident. And I said, well, I did advise the cops that someone was coming to pick the bike up and take it home. And the reason why it was taken away, it was because it was lacking insurance. That's what the paperwork says that I've got right in front of me. So the police officer said that they picked the bike up, yes, because it didn't have insurance. But when it got there, basically they realized the bike was insured, so they've changed the reason why they collected the bike. So I wouldn't be able to claim against it and tell them I'm not paying. So by the time the bike got to the impound, they scrapped the paperwork that I basically signed, and they've changed it with different ones, saying I was involved in a road traffic accident and the bike was causing an obstruction on the road, and that's why they took it away.
The officers did state the vehicle didn't have insurance, and the vehicle was taken in control of an accident.
Okay. Because I woke up in hospital and she came in and she said it's not insured, and that's why they took it away.
Yeah, they took it away. They changed it the reason why it's been involved in an accident. That's the reason they brought it in.
Okay. They changed it after, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand the charge to pay?
The insurance told me I wouldn't.
Yeah, you need to pay. The insurance means to send themselves to pay.
But because the bike was insured, they told me I shouldn't pay anything.
Yeah, it hasn't been bought in for no insurance. It's been bought in because it's involved in a road traffic accident.
Yeah, but the form said it's not insured, that's why they're bringing it in.
Okay, but it changed the category because it's involved in an accident.
Yeah, but it's not my fault because I didn't want it brought in.
Okay, The police have got the power to remove a vehicle on a public highway if it's causing obstruction or it causing danger to anybody.
Okay, I'm not going to argue. How much is it?
£180.
Wow.
But the insurance...
The police and the work that they're doing, nothing against them, but that was a sleazy move, man. You can't collect someone's bike after he tells you someone's coming to pick it up because it's not insured, and then by the time you realize it is insured, then you get to the impound, you change the reason from not being insured to, I don't know, whatever you changed it to. That's just terrible, man. That is just terrible. So yeah, ended up having to pay for it. I called the RAC, that's the company I'm insured with, to, like, recovery wise. If I ever get involved into an accident, I just phone them up, they show up and they pick the bike up. So I phoned the RAC and I told them, look, the bike's held at an impound, I need someone to come down and pick it up and take it to the shop. So by the end of the day, I think I left home at 7 o'clock in the morning, got the bike released at 3:30, got the bike released at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and by the time the recovery van showed up to pick it up and got it back to the shop where I bought it from to have it fixed, I think it was like 7:30 in the afternoon. So I spent the whole day running around trying to get my bike released from the impound after it got impounded wrongfully. I wouldn't call it illegally, because I don't think it's illegal, but yeah, wrongfully. Basically, when I tried to argue it with the guy at the police thing, he said, well, under section 9 or whatever section he mentioned, we have every right to seize every vehicle that we deem fit to seize. And I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna argue, here's my money, just give me the bike back. So yeah, that was a nice cost to have on top of getting the bike fixed. I'll talk about costs and money and everything else in the next episode, because yeah, I got slammed with another surprise. So I crashed my brand new bike after 200 miles. I got it wrongfully impounded by the police after I crashed it. I was risking having it crushed, basically, because they said if I leave it there for a week or two, or I can't remember, 10 days or whatever it was, they would then crush it, either sell it or crush it. So yeah, brand new bike. So that happened, and then yeah, other stuff happened as well. So stay tuned for episode number 4, and stay tuned for episode number 5. And yeah, thanks for joining in, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, man, I appreciate you getting me to 1,000 subscribers. Peace out, take care, and ride safe, people.